Welcome to Enjoying Life, a program of music, chatter, and friends, designed to put a refreshing moment in your day. Now, please welcome your award-winning hosts, Dr. Jerry and Little Jan.
Thank you, Paul.
We're back.
And it's time to visit with our friends one more time.
One more time, yes.
You like them out there in TV land?
I like them. I'm glad you flipped over here to watch Enjoying Life with me.
Yeah, thank you for watching. You know, we just love knowing that you're there. That's why we enjoy reading your emails. And, you know, we get a lot of those things. And not only in the people that view it live on television, but we get a lot of online letters, too.
We certainly do.
Yeah, and it's amazing. When you talk about online, you didn't have that when I was a kid. It's something brand new, isn't it?
It's a little new.
A little new.
Yes.
All the young folks know how to do it.
Yeah, you've been here a while.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
But I have. But, you know, way out in the Northwest, I've emceed the Canadian Convention up in Calgary and Red Deer up there in Alberta. And so we get emails from, I know we've seen emails from Montana and from Spokane. That's a long way.
That's a long way.
But we appreciate all of you viewing. And we see some of you at the mall, some of you see when we're out to eat or wherever we are in a convention or concert or church service. Well, I guess we better sing, hadn't we?
Let's sing a song, and you wrote this song.
I did. I wrote this song, and it was one of the first #1 songs I had. God had been good to me, but this was one of the first #1 songs I had. And I hope you enjoy a song that says, "Please search the book again." I dreamed that I had died and gone to heaven. I stood outside the eastern gate, and the man from within said, "Have you been born again? Is your name written in the book of life? Please search the book again. I thought my name was there. I went to church on Sunday, though I never held in prayer. Please search the book again. It's too late now, I know. Please search the book again before you make me go." I told him all the deeds I had done. I told him all the trophies I had won. But the man said to me, "Son, have you been set free? Is your name written in the book of life? Please search the book again. I thought my name was there. I went to church on Sunday, though I never held in prayer. Please search the book again. It's too late now, I know. See you in a minute. All right. Well, I'm glad they stayed with us, aren't you?
Oh, I am too.
And
And
I enjoyed singing that song with you, sweetheart. I really did.
That was good. That was one of those songs that all of us remember. Please search the book again.
I thought my name was there. I remember when that hit #1, it was a real highlight in my life, and I'm glad for that, too.
You're glad God
We
blessed
got some folks with us today, and of course,
These
I'm
are
glad he
two of my
brought the pretty
favorite
part
people.
with it. Yeah, mine too. But he has sung on a lot of #1 songs in America.
my goodness.
And all of America knows him, and we'll talk about that. Let's make welcome our special guest. How about it for Archie and Cindy Watkins? We're just glad they're here.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
You don't get to be on many television shows, do you?
I'm left out.
Are you?
Do you sing, Cindy?
No, not much. I just feed him, clothe him, and burp him.
Next time I burp, I'm going to remember that.
That is so good. That's so good. Well, listen, I better talk.
On him.
Oh yeah. Hey, when we're working on the cruise next time, when y'all are there on a cruise, that's where I'll introduce you. We're just glad you're here, Archie.
It's an honor to be here. I was thinking, coming down the road, you know, we got so many good memories.
Yes, we do.
I remember y'all in the '60s, you know. And I told my wife, I said, they're some of the finest people that I've ever worked with. Y'all
we might want to have you repeat that so we can rerun that.
The best. I mean,
we don't deserve that.
I said, we've been knowing each other for over 50 years.
Yeah, that's a long time.
And I've never seen anything distasteful or bad. You know, I've never been treated bad by y'all. Y'all are tops.
Well, you're just being kind, but thank you for those kind words.
When we used to do all the shows with the Inspirations, Wendy Bagwell and the Sunlighters, we just loved it. But that's the kind of music I like and we loved.
I think the first time I saw Archie was at the Atlanta City Auditorium when it was on Edgewood Avenue, and I think you were about 15, 16?
I was probably 17.
17.
Troy was 14.
Oh my goodness.
So I was 17.
And I remember one thing that impressed me that night. During those times when you first started, you all would sing, and then between each song or somewhere along there, each one would step forward and give his testimony.
Yeah, we still do. The old guys, they call us the old Inspirations, or it's just old. We're known as Smoky Mountain Reunion, but it's the old Inspiration, me and Troy and Eddie and Marlon Schubert. Yeah. We do that every time we sing, you know.
Still give that testimony.
Well, that's something I remember, because, groups didn't do that. Maybe the leader would testify, or maybe sometimes one member of the group would before he sang a special song. But not as a part of the program. It was more spontaneous. But here, it just seemed like that was your focus.
More people, I believe more singers were entertainers than they were
then.
Yes,
it wasn't a ministry. I'm not taking, they were good people, but they'd say, we want to entertain these people. God, religious entertainment or whatever.
Yeah, just
but,
musical
we came out of the mountains with a purpose just to have a ministry.
Well, when you say you came out of the mountains, you actually mean that. Y'all are from the heart of the Smokies, right?
Yes, sir.
Were you born and raised there?
I was born and raised in Bryson City, North Carolina.
Bryson City, North Carolina.
Is that where you met Cindy?
Yeah, where were you from, Cindy?
Cherokee.
Oh, really?
I go on the warpath once in a while.
Oh, do you? She's got a little Cherokee in her.
Oh, do you have some Cherokee?
Just a little.
She's got a little Cherokee in her.
Well, I think that's wonderful.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah. Did she ever get on the warpath?
Yeah.
Oh, did she?
Yeah. I know how to get in line.
Oh, do you?
Yes,
well, along in your life, do you have any idea, the Inspirations had a lot of top songs, touring that city and on and on. They go, do you know how many top songs you had?
No, I don't have any idea.
Don't have any idea, because you kept them in the charts.
Well, it's just, I've thought a lot about our career and our success, and I believe it was the songs. Our songs had a message, and touched hearts. like
I agree with that. But also, Archie, I think it was your delivery too. Don't you think that has a big part in? You know, the words are great. You got to have a good song. But somebody has got to deliver it.
And Archie knew how to deliver it.
Well, I'll tell you what helped us when we started singing. Martin was just out of college, starting teaching school, and we were in school. Jack was already out, and nobody knew what to do. You know, we didn't know. I mean, we had heard a record of the Lewis family and Carl Story and the Ramblin' Mountaineers and maybe the Chuckwagon Gang, you know. We'd never seen a gospel singing group. We'd heard them on the radio, but we didn't know what professional gospel music was. And Martin said, I'm going to stop up at the college and ask a professor to tell us what to do, you know, what'll help us more than anything. And there's two things the guy said. He said, be yourself. He said, be sure and don't copy anybody. You got to be original.
You got to be original.
And then he said, enunciate.
Boy,
enunciate.
Man,
and we went to work on that.
I'm telling you, I have told her that more than
he said, say your A, E, I, O, U's, and I'll, if I'm talking, I'll say, some morning you'll find me touring that city. But if I'm singing, I'll say, some morning you'll find me touring that city.
You know, when I had a group, I heard a lot of I had a lot of changes, you know. They'd come and go as they always do. But people have asked me, how did you keep the sound the same? You know, how were you the gospel when you had this configuration, that? And when we'd go get a new group or a new guy, I'd say, okay, let's sit down here in my office or wherever we're rehearsing, and let's say the vowels together, and so we were announcing them the same because we got to sound the same, and then they've got to understand what we're saying, or we're just music.
Exactly. We dwelt on that so much that our wives knew what we did, and you know, in a studio or in a practice session, somebody say, Archie, you said my instead of my, you know, or I, and we sang a song about. Will Jimmy Make It Home, a baseball player? And after we made the record, several months, my wife said, do you know you said a word wrong? You missed a word in that recording.
And
I
you
said,
told him about
no.
that too,
I
right?
said, no. She said, yes, you did. And I said, show me. And she played the song, and she let me find it. You know, she said, where it says, days have turned to years, Jimmy's hair. I said, hair.
Oh, did you?
Jimmy's hair has turned to gray. She said, you missed that word. And we were so,
Well, I love talking about music, but let's talk about your family a little more, okay?
Okay.
How long have y'all been married?
48 years.
48 years.
How many children do you have?
Two girls and 2 granddaughters.
Oh.
Now you go a lot by yourself, don't you?
Yeah.
Do you go with him?
Every time.
Always.
Every time. You know, we were singing at the WATC Fair.
Yeah.
And I remember you were parked right there behind the main auditorium. And I thought I heard you tell the boys, I think she's about got breakfast ready.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you fix farm on the road?
We all cook. It's not just her. Marlon's wife,
Would you listen? Let's say that again.
I don't cook.
We all cook on the road.
Do you?
And I tell you what we do.
That's awesome.
If we're going to sing somewhere, we'll meet a day or two early maybe and get a campsite.
Oh, go out.
And we all travel in a motorhome. We got 4.
Yeah. Did you once own an RV camp?
Yes, sir.
I thought you did.
And the group owned one also.
Oh,
Inspirations had a motel and campground and restaurant.
Yes,
and as I understand it, I think I know more about you. Didn't you go all the way to Alaska in your motorhome?
I did. I drove to Alaska.
Drove to Alaska, up over the Pan Am Highway?
Me, her, and a friend of ours up in Virginia.
Took his motorhome.
Took his motorhome, Cohen Mullins and Wilma. And we drove all the way to Alaska and back.
All the way back.
He'd do that once a year.
Most fun we ever had. If you ever get the opportunity to do
you like it?
You got to do
we
it.
love it. We love it.
Do you enjoy traveling?
I do.
Do you drive, Cindy, sometimes?
I used to before I learned, that was crazy.
She didn't have to. She learned she didn't have to.
Okay.
Y'all are such good guests. I wish we had a whole hour, but we don't. Would y'all come back sometime?
We'd love
When
to.
you call, you've got my number.
Yeah, that's
All you got to do is call me.
Yeah. Well, our program is seen across the Southeast, and they can get it on the internet anywhere.
Yeah.
And it's been well received, but I think one of the reasons is because we have great guests like you folks. And what are you going to sing for us today?
It's a song. It's a true story. A guy wrote this song down in Jonesboro, Georgia. He's a truck driver.
You go get in place and get ready to sing for us, and then you tell the story over there.
Okay.
So glad you're with us, Cindy. We're so glad you're with us.
You're so
Let's
sweet,
welcome our special singing guest today, Archie Watkins. He's going to talk to us.
Dr. Joe Arthur down in Jonesboro, Georgia. I'm sure, Brother Jerry, you know Brother Joe Arthur. Goes on the cruise and preaches. He brought me a CD, and he said one of my church members wrote this. I called the man. His name's Steve Moss. He said, I'm a truck driver. He said, I've been praying one day for the Lord to send me someone to witness to. He said, later on the day I had to make a delivery in an area I'd been many times. He said, I always saw the same beggar standing on the corner. He said, that day I turned the corner, and there he stood with a sign in his hand. My name is John. Could you spare a dime? And old Steve said, I thought, why don't you get a job and work like I do? He said, the Lord spoke to me and said, I thought you wanted me to send you someone to witness to today. Old Steve said, I got under conviction, got to looking for something to give this guy. Said, I didn't have much money, but I had my Bible laying on my truck seat. He said, I took my Bible and stuck a couple of dollars in it and reached it out the window and said, John, this won't buy you a lot, but if you'll read and study it, it'll sure help you a lot. He drove off and left him standing. He saw him again, and the next time he saw John, he wrote a song about him. Listen to this story. The Gospel According to John. Amen. He was down on the corner of Maple and Main with dirt on his face and his heart in his hand. Stood a ragged old creature with hard, rugged features. He'd written, my name is John on a sign. And saints, could you spare John a dime? So often I'd seen him time and again. Should I offer help or should I just pretend that I don't have a dollar? And for all that it mattered, I just gave him my Bible instead. And I wondered if John ever read where it said, whosoever will come to the Father and drink from the life's flowing river. For God so loved the world that he gave. May my life point to the giver. Now listen what happened. I was making my rounds over town just yesterday. I thought I hadn't seen John for a long while anyway. He's probably pushing up daisies, drunk or half crazy. I couldn't help but stop and to stare, 'cause you would not believe who was standing there. He was down on the corner of Maple and Main with a smile on his face and my Bible in his hand. There stood the creature, now a Sunday school teacher, singing, I found the crucified one in the Gospel according to John, where it said, whosoever will come to the Father and
drink from the life-flowing river. For God so loved the world that he did. May my life point to the giver. And that's the gospel according to Jude. Hope you're going to meet me in heaven, amen. If I survey all the good things that come to me from above, and I could count all my blessings out of the storehouse of love, I'd simply ask for one favor of him, the immortal man, and I'm sure he would grant it again and again. I want to soar over heaven with you some glad day, when all the trouble and heartaches have vanished away. We'll enjoy all the beauty where all things are new. I want to stroll over heaven with you. What a day. So many places of beauty we long to see here below, but time and treasures have kept us from making plans we all know. But comes that morning of rapture, together we'll stand anew. Then I'll stroll over heaven with you. Why don't you help me sing the chorus? I want to stroll over heaven with you some glad day, when all the trouble and heartaches have vanished away. We'll enjoy all the beauty where all things are new. I want to stroll over heaven with you. Sing it one more time. Help me now. I want to stroll over heaven with you some glad day, when all the trouble and heartaches have vanished away. We'll enjoy all the beauty where all things are new. I want to stroll over heaven with you. Amen.
That was so good.
Isn't that good?
I'm telling you,
Nobody can deliver a story song any better than
Archie Watkins.
Watkins.
That's true.
Thank y'all for being here.
It's an honor.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
And enjoy life, you know.
Thanks for having my wife.
Listen, we're so glad to have you.
Special.
You're so personable. I'll tell you one thing about it, though. When you laugh, you can't see your eyes.
She is.
I mean, your old face smiles.
She's that way 24 hours a day.
Isn't that wonderful?
I'm telling you.
I wrote a book, Echoes of My Heart, and I want to give it to you and Archie.
Well,
and I just
bless
want you
your
to be
heart.
blessed. It's little touches of my heart.
Well,
so
thank
I want
you.
to give you that.
Now that's
Thank
for
you so much.
Archie. This is sort of a daily devotion thing. You know, you read it and then you, it's got a prayer at the end and so forth. But I want you to have it so you can
Bless
put it in your motor home or your home.
Thank you.
But read a little bit up before you go in the trash can.
No, sir. I'll treasure this. Thank you. She'll read it to me when we drive down the road.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay. Well, that's
we do
a nice
that.
idea.
We do that a lot.
That's
we do
great.
that a
See,
lot.
now you can let me read to you when we're traveling, Jerry.
Yeah, that's good. Well, we don't have a motorhome or a bus anymore. You know, we got rid of the bus and all that, and then I had a motorhome for a while.
That's why you're smiling.
You know, a gospel bus is mentioned in the Bible.
Yeah,
it says a millstone wrapped around your neck and sink you in the ocean.
That's the truth.
I know it. You know, but, you know, we're just so glad that you were with us today, and we want you to join with us on each one of our programs. Call a friend. Give us a write-down, a little note from in the email or however you want to reach us, and let us know how much you enjoyed Archie and Cindy or any other guests that we may have from time to time. So we want you to know that we're glad that you're a part of our lives. We invite you all to come back. Here's our motto. And here's our motto to you. Take Christ as your partner and enjoy life.
We're so glad that you came.
Oh, it's an honor.
I want to sing that for you.
I appreciate the Spirit of the Lord in this place. Amen.
Oh, we're glad that you're here. Can I sign this?
Yes, sir. Please.